beloved, welcome back to the next episode of Building Your Very Own Cozy Cabin. Today we're going to be working on the front deck. I've got some beautiful cedar and, well, let's just jump into it. Goodness, look at this, 2x6 and 20 foot long. I didn't know you could get 20 footers, so this would be nice because we can go all the way across the cabin without having any seams. This stuff is nice. I've put down thousands of feet of this. It's got the curve cuts in the bottom, and that prevents it from twisting and getting all bent out of shape. It's really, really nice stuff. I think it's my favorite decking. I have some Trex that someone put on our main house. I do not like that stuff. I do not like walking on plastic, and it's all, it kind of sags, and it just feels terrible. There's just no substitute for natural materials. The deck is already built, ready to go. I'm gonna be trying something I've not done before. I guess it's called the picture frame style. I've always been kind of done it the homeowner version where you just run the edges over and trim them, but we're gonna actually build a frame with proper miters here and then lay the deck boards inside. I was told that was the proper way to do it. So before we do that, we have to put in some backing so we've got something to nail to, especially here on the sides, and we'll use a pressure treat for that. This 2x6 will be for backing. We'll need to notch around the post here. If you want to build something to last, you really have to worry about water and rot, flashing. Flashing makes all the difference. So how we flash this is this has a cap that comes down here, and then this is an L that goes up underneath of it. So any water that you would have on your feet there is not going to get inside beyond that flashing. Unfortunately, again, we're going to have to trim these logs here because our decking is not going to fit underneath there. That does not look like 1.5 inches to me. Of course, everything I do has got to be fancy, and when you're fancy, then that creates extra work. My dad was a general contractor, and he was the same way. Once you see quality, you can't unsee it. You just can't go back. Okay, if we trim that right on that line, that'll give us an extra, 3/16 or so of wiggle room. Okay, I'm not a deck builder, but there is a couple things going on I think we should address. Now, this is our first piece of cedar, and what we're hoping to do is to have a border, have these mitered and come together, and then lay the pieces in between that'll finish this off nicely. So looking at this is like a big heavy plywood. I think this probably should be flashed. I'm just not sure. Is that overkill? Why not? I have some flashing. It seems to me that we should just take this and continue it right on along. Now, this trim board, I don't have any more of this. This is coming, and this will finish this off so we don't have that ugly plywood on there. So in the meantime, I'll have to put a temporary strip to hold that out so we can measure. Well, it'll just make it easier for me to mimic this, and then we can remove it and then slide this up in there when it arrives. I think that looks right. That turned out pretty good. That will be out there enough where I can just put that trim board right underneath there and it'll be protected, and we can continue on with the top. Now we need to determine how much overhang we want. I'd say that looks about right there. Just keep going with the spacers we already had. This is probably what, just under 1 inch? Yeah, 3/4. No, 7/8. 7/8. That's what we'll go with. I have not done this before, so what we're going to have to do is to cut a very precise miter with our overhang figured in. So God be with us. No doubt it's important to do this in the proper order. I don't want to do something I'm going to have to undo. Seems to me that we should build the border first, do all the miters, and then lay the boards in. I'm guessing. We'll go with that. We'll just temporarily screw everything in case we need to take it apart and change up the order a little bit. All right, beloved, that was the hard part, but everything looks pretty good. I just have it kind of screwed down temporarily. Also, these corners, when I finish everything off, I'll actually shim that up and make sure that that is, I get a screw in there, maybe even glue that with some mixture. I'll have to look into that. And to be honest with you, that's all I really want to do today. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.